Hello, this is Catherine Marie, and you are listening to Long COVID Real Talk, i.e., real talk about long COVID. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is called The Workaround, and let me explain why. So, originally, I used to be able to make episodes in my bed with Spotify for podcasters on my phone through the app. It was great. And then when I was done, still in my bed, I could add the music. Hello, kitty. And just, it would automatically go, it would start the show and then it would taper off to my voice, but still be in the background. And then it would turn back on at the end just for a little while. So that went away because now I need to do all of the recording on an app called Riverside. See, the kitty is also very upset by this, as you can tell. She's crawling all over me as I speak. Anyway, so I was trying to figure out how to get this to the point where I can figure out how to make the episodes sound the same as when I was using Spotify for podcasters. And I tried so many things. I tried Audacity. It wouldn't work for my computer. My computer is very, very old. I believe it's a 2011 MacBook Pro. When I've taken it in before for things and they just kind of say, yeah, there's really nothing else we can do for it at this point. So I'm just kind of using it because it still technically works, but the speakers are completely blown and it sounds horrible. So usually I have to just listen through my phone to make sure things sound okay. So anyway, I tried Audacity, I tried GarageBand, I've watched so many different YouTube videos and tried different apps. I can't even remember all the names of the apps that I've tried, but I was successful in getting I was successful in getting the music, the whole song put at the beginning of the episode or at the whole end of the episode, but I was not able to do the simultaneous tracks, And I was talking to my husband about this many times. We tried so many things. I also did an episode. I did another recording of this episode actually using his external speaker on my MacBook and I was playing the music in the background while I was trying to speak, which was incredibly distracting. I mean, I already have ADHD, which is made worse by the long COVID. But long COVID all by itself, I think, is bad enough to the brain that it would cause me to be distracted. And on top of that, it just so happened that my neighbor's dog was going crazy and it just wasn't a very good recording. So I ditched it and I'm doing another one. But the other thing is that Riverside, I've emailed them several times. This is the new platform for doing the podcasting, and they keep saying, oh, we don't have that yet, we don't have that feature yet. And i just I just keep thinking, like, what like, this is really important. This is something that I really like about my podcast. I like the music that I found. And I forgot to tell you even the whole beginning with how I couldn't find the music at the beginning. So my little brother, who his whole background is music, he was able to find it for me and get me the MP3 of the song that originally was found in the Spotify for Podcasters app. So I thankfully have the MP3 to have the same song, but then it's just been a cluster. It's been comically awful trying to figure out how to do something as simple as simultaneously have a track going along the track of my voice and then just making the music be louder when I'm not talking and softer when I'm talking, and to have kind of an intro and a little conclusion, a few bars of music. So, okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you about this is that it does connect with long COVID because I usually I don't struggle with this sort of thing. Usually I am very able to learn new things, you know, be flexible and be able to bounce back from things like this. But having to change platforms honestly has made me almost quit the podcast because I've just been so frustrated trying to learn how to do it on another platform. So it's just been very frustrating because I feel like an idiot. I feel like I don't know what the F I'm doing. And my husband said, well, you should talk about that because you didn't used to be like that. Like you used to be able to do anything and you wouldn't have bat an eye, when you would have had to do something like this before. So yeah, I guess that's part of the long COVID thing is just my brain is like Swiss cheese. I don't have the focus that I used to have. I don't have the ability to go really deeply into learning things and, you know, figuring out how to edit on new platforms, the sound engineering and stuff like that. And it's such simple stuff. I mean, if there's a sound engineer listening, they're probably laughing their socks off because they're just thinking this is the most simple of simple things to do. I know it is. That's why it's so embarrassing to me. So anyway, the end of the story is that, or at least the end of the story so far, is that Riverside has come up with the ability to add to the same track the music. So I'm going to have to try to, with my laptop, with the wonky speakers, because you can't do it on the phone, the mobile app. They don't have that yet, of course. So I'm trying to find the right snippet of music and then delete the rest of the music and then put it at the beginning of the track before my voice starts. So it sounds really simple, but it is not for my brain. And like yesterday I went to a birthday party and I had a delightful conversation with a couple of the parents and they were the nicest people. I really this is something that is an unexpected happy thing about being a mom is meeting other people that you may not have otherwise met who are really great people that you just really click with and they're just wonderful humans. But anyway, the whole time, I mean, even though I looked normal during those 90 minutes at the birthday party, I had to sleep the entire day before and I came home, made my daughter dinner, and then slept the rest of the night. I mean, I think I woke up around 1 in the morning because I forgot to take my medication, my evening medication. So it was just it it's frustrating because it seems like I'm able-bodied, but I'm not. And this is the same sort of thing. You heard at the beginning the music because I put it there, but it's a lot more difficult to put there now than it used to be. And they don't have the feature yet where it will automatically be on a second track and the music will get louder and softer depending on whether the other track, like if my voice is speaking during that time or not. So something that used to be automatic I have to do manually, and it's more difficult and it takes a lot of mental energy and it's frustrating because this used to be I would never do. Let's say I did an episode, or let's pretend before I got long COVID that I had some sort of podcast. I would never do a full episode on how I cannot figure out how to do, some sort of sound engineering for the podcast episodes. But I figured it might be helpful to mention it because I'm sure I'm not alone in all of this. And the other piece is that, the people that help for instance, my husband was several times we were brainstorming how to make this work better. And my brother, has a really strong background in music and was able to help me. And I don't know what I would have done without either of them. If it wasn't for my brother, I still wouldn't have found the song. And I'd still be waiting for Riverside to have intro music and conclusion music, if that's what it's called. So it's just another example of long COVID affecting life and putting me in a new position, a new adventure that I never would have had before because my brain is different now. And one thing that I've noticed about having long COVID and about recovering from long COVID is it's about it's about accepting instead of fighting and being angry that you lost your life as you knew it. Instead of focusing on being angry about it, to try to accept the new reality and then to move forward in that way, just trying to learn how to manage your new life. And a dose of humor is helpful and humility is helpful, but in the end, it's a lot of hard knocks while you're trying to figure it out. So anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day. That's all I have for now. I will try to put the music at the end as well, but it's really hard to do. So anyway, I will now be able to put the music at the beginning and end, but it will be a little more choppy. And then once you hear it in the background all the time and it's more, the volume goes up and down, you'll be able to tell that Riverside has finally come out with the best version of what Spotify for Podcasters already had before they stopped allowing us to do podcasts there. So thank you again for listening all the way through. If this made your head hurt, I'm so sorry. Please feel free to skip any future episodes that do that. And I'm going to take a nap. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.